All right, squad. So right now we're going to set up ActiveStorage inside of our Construction Manager app so we can upload files. So let's go dive in. All right, having a look at the Rails docs here. I'm looking at ActiveStorage, and so there's a requirement here for this image processing gem. So let's make sure that we have this. I'm going to close all these guys off, and let me just commit my changes. Styling. All right, so let's have a look here in the gem file. This one, we want this. What is the image processing gem at the moment? Let's have a look at it. So this gem, wowza, 8 years ago. Let's see, changelog. 1.12. Wow, that's really old. Why are we using 1.2? So we're probably, let's see what we got. There are no releases. 1.12. Let's see what happens when we, I wonder why they want that version. It seems weird to me. I'm gonna just remove that. And then I'm just gonna run bundle. All right. So yeah, there's the latest version, 1.12. So Ruby Vips, that's a great gem, built on libvips, really fast. So we've got that now. So that was step one. And then we need to run ActiveStorage. So we're going to go Rails ActiveStorage install. So created a migration. And then we're going to run Rails DB migrate. So let's have a quick look at what that actually did. In migrate, here we go. So it's got a few things. So we're going to create a new blobs table. So if you look at the docs, it'll tell us what each thing is. So the blobs table stores data, so file name, content type, right? And then we got storage attachments, which is a polymorphic join table that connects the models to the blobs. And then we've got variant records. It stores records for each variant that has been generated. All right, sweet. So happy with that. So let's go Rails DB migrate. There we go, and it's created those three tables for us. All right. Let's see here. Now we need to go into config, storage. So at the moment, we're not using any of these services, but you can see here to add Amazon as a service. That's super easy to do. And it tells exactly what to do. So that's when we deploy to production. We can use Amazon, Google, Microsoft, or something else. But right now we're going to just use local, and we're going to create the directory storage, which is right here. All right, so this just makes it really easy to get going. So in the development environment, so if we go into config environments development, we should have storage here. And you can see that we're using local for, which is in here, that one. If you wanted to do it, we can change that. Test, Rails end, disk storage, AWS, Microsoft Azure, cool. Public access, attaching files to records. That's what we want next. All right, so what do we want? We want many, I think. So, or do we want one? So it depends now on how we want our actual logic to work. When we're doing or creating a project item, do we want many photos of it or just one? I think realistically one is going to be enough here. So let's just go with that. So a project item will have one. So we're going to say has one attached. So where are we? Has one attached avatar. So I wonder if we can call it image. Let's just see if that works. So we're going to go models, we're going to go to project item, we're going to go to here, and we're going to go has one attached image. All right. So that's when we generate the model. That's cool. And you can create a user with an avatar, form file field. That's really easy. And then we just permit the file here. Okay. Rails generate. That's how you attach it. Okay, looks pretty straightforward to me. Now, hopefully that is exactly how it works. So we've given the attachment name image. So let's go now through to project items, and we have to allow that through. So we're going to say it can accept an image. All right, and then to attach an avatar to an existing image, that's to create. I wonder if we need to do that or if it'll automatically do it. But let's add this form field and just see if it works. So project items form. We're going to have the picture probably right next to the status here. So let's go and add that. Where are you with the double up? This will be the second one here. All right, chuck that in, just check if it styles properly. Yep. And this will be image. And this will be file field, image. Oh, that looks a bit funny. I wonder if we can do, maybe we need to move that to its own thing. Let's just chuck it here. Give it a full width field. File field, there we go, that looks better. All right, let's see if we can upload this. So this is an Abby, let's go Abby interiors. Now let's have a look. So product code is that. That's the one. Let's save that. And let's see if we can upload it. Now, what happened? Did anything happen? There we go. It's set the blobs, so you can see it happened. ActiveStorage blobs. Sweet, did that all work? Uploaded file to key. Cool, let's have a look. Let's refresh our DB. That surely can't be that easy. Name, image, project, item, record ID 3, blob ID 1. Here's the key, there's the file name. There's everything. Wow, great. Now let's have a look. We want to have a look in our code inside of Construction Manager, Storage. So it's given it the key. Oh, okay, but we can't just access it like that. So it'll be this little blob. That's the document there. Now how do we actually put that image in? So we need to now use this image. So this is how you create variants. I think we should do this as well. So how do we clear as well? Replacing. Removing file, so you purge it. Okay, so let's go into this So how big are we currently looking? So if we look at our project item, we're looking at a little thumbnail of 16 here. So let's see what this looks like. I just want to try and make our picture roughly the same size. That's 64 by 64. So that should be pretty good. So if we do a 100 by 100 thumb, that should be sweet. Now let's just quickly purge so we can see how this works. So we're going to go Rails C. And to do that, we look for purge. So we go item equals project item dot find. I can't even remember which one it was. We can look in here though. ActiveStorage attachments. It was project item 3. So we can go item dot image dot. Is it attached? Yes. So if we go item.image, and then how do we go? Can we go .url? Okay, no, you can't do that. Item.image.purge. Okay, so it deleted that. Now if we go back into it, so what's the kitchen sink? Choose a file, open that. Okay, so now we need to render that image. So we want to serve the file URL for. Okay, let's have a look at what that looks like. So that will be image source equals URL for, and this will be project item dot image. Let's see. Undefined method persisted. So I'm thinking maybe what we need to do here first is actually check we have a file. So we're going to go if project item dot image dot attached, then we render this. See if that's what the crash is causing. Yep. There we go. That's amazing. That is probably the easiest file upload I've ever used in my life. So let's see if we can do overflow hidden here. Boom, that clips that picture. That's actually amazing, to be honest. So let's look here. So it's created a little URL for us, and its intrinsic size is 1080. So we want to render the variant. So how do we render a variant? URL for variant. So let's have a look. Variant. That's the wrong one. Okay. Variant. So we can probably just go image dot variant, and then that's in brackets, and we can say thumb. I believe that's what we called it. Thumb, yep. Let's see if that still works. No, that's broken. So why is that one not working? I wonder if the variant has been processed though. That's the problem. I wonder if it does. Skipping an image now to Ruby Vips gem is not installed. Processing. Okay, so look, so you can see here that the variants didn't get processed because it requires the gem. We did install the gem, but we did it in a different window. So let's just go bundle again in here and just go bin dev. We need to restart our process. So let's go and destroy item, let's go reload. Item dot, so this is project item. All right, so we deleted that now. That should go away. Yep, now we can go here. We can go choose a file. Done, done. What's it saying here? Ah, cool. So we got, couldn't open glib. Cool, so that's just a system error on my side. So I need to fix that, and then the variants will actually work. Yep, could not open glib too. So I need to obviously install that. But if I just remove this variant piece for now, that works. So it's this, my variants aren't working. I actually need to install that to fix it. I'm not going to bore everyone with that. So there we go. So it looks like we can now have images. Now I wonder, maybe we can just show something here. That's an improvement for the future, is probably just show that, or maybe not even render this whole thing. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, can probably do something like that. It's not the best, not the worst. Sweet, so there we go. Yeah, I don't know. Probably can just use like a little icon in there or something if it's empty. Sweet. So that's pretty cool. That was really easy to add that active storage there. So if we just go back now to the main dwelling, ideally also here with the kitchen, I'd like to see, we still need to add comments to each one of these things, and we also need the ability to probably have like an inspiration, like a inspiration board, which I reckon we could even live right at the top here, right? So let's see how easy it is to do this now. So what we want to be able to do is inside of, so project item is this item, and then the space. So realistically we want to have has many, so we're going to look for has many attached, right? So we want to have has many attached images. So that's a project space. So has many attached. We're not going to do the resize, just, I mean, let's do the resizing. So now what we should be able to do is have many images here. So we need to allow, we've got the image attachments, and then images is an array now. So if we go into our controller, project spaces, and we need to permit images as an array, that always has to come near the end. If it doesn't come near the end, it doesn't work properly. So just make sure you do that. The variants are there. Replacing versus adding. Or replace. So we want to keep the signed ID of each file. Okay, so when we want to do this in our form for project space, form. So let's see, when we haven't added editing for project spaces yet. But let's just go here and we can see our form, which needs a bit of work, right? But let's go here and add the images as hidden fields, right? So we've been adding hidden fields here just in this div. Now what we want to do is have project space dot images sick. Let's see if that works. Cool, so we're actually going to have nothing there because we don't have any images yet. Then we need to add this line. So if we just chuck this whole line here, like this, and this is now file field, images, multiple true. And this is images. Let's see what that does. So now we can actually choose multi. Sweet. So let me go grab some images so we can test this out. Before we do that, how about we just add a quick, let's update this edit page so that we can actually edit this project. So we're going to say edit project space. All right. Now we should be able to, we need to add an edit button here somewhere. So this one, probably how are we doing this with a little edit? Probably edit up here. So if we go into project spaces, show this one. So we got H4. So that's this guy. And then we need another guy in here. It just says link to. And this is edit. And this is the edit project space path. And we're going to pass in project space dot project ID and project space. There's edit. So this guy, item center, and then this is justify. I always forget the one. Justify round. Not justify between. There we go. Now when we hit edit, edit project space, perfect, okay? And there's the update. So if we just change it to kitchens, perfect. All right, so now we've got update. That was quick. All right, so we got that. Form, images. Let's give it a spin. Choose here, choose these three. Open, update. All right. Now how do we know anything even happened? So, and realistically, we're probably going to drop that into a box under here. So let's create a little, inside of the show, we've got our categories, but above this, we are going to have our images. So I'm going to grab a category group, which looks like this is the header. So in here, we're going to put that there. And this is like inspiration. Yep. And then we want to have inside of a category group, we have a project item. So I'm just kind of copying what this looks like. So where does this go? So just this piece here. We don't need that. Now let's just see images, put that there just for now. All right, so what we're gonna have here now is we're gonna have, using that stuff we saw before, was going to be project space dot images dot each do image end. In here we're going to have, I'm just going to do for now just image source equals, and in here we're going to go URL for image. That should be it. Let's see if that works. Yep. Sure does, but that's way too big, but that's pretty cool. So now we got our inspo, but we want to definitely shrink this down. So class equals, let's turn these into, I wonder what kind of, so what we realistically want to do here is like keep them at a certain size, constrain them to a certain thing so it looks more like a Pinterest board. But let's, just for sake of this, let's make this W16H16, and we're going to go round, large, something like that. We actually want a grid. We want P6. Yep. And now we want an auto grid here. Grid auto columns. Let's see if that works. No. Realistically, we need to kind of define how many grid items can come in here. So I mean, even, let's make these bigger. All right, so I just needed to add the grid flow col. Now we've got this. And now we can just say gap 2, or even, let's match them so that it feels padding 4, gap 4. There we go. There's the inspiration. So that's looking really cool. So now you can drop in your inspiration here. So we definitely want to make it easier to do here. But at the moment it's just this edit button. So we could just say add images. And that takes you there. And then each item can have an image. And then this is your look and feel. All right. So that's looking really cool. And that now defines the space. So each space can have its own pictures. And I think what we also want to do here is we want to have plans as well. And also what I was thinking of, we need to fix those links. In here, we got the projects, but we also need to have each project. I don't know if each project needs to do it off the main project, but what we also want to add in here is quotes and invoices, so you can track that. That's another really cool piece. So it feels like the main app though right now, obviously it's not fully polished, but it's pretty much fully functioning. We can do most of the stuff here. We can add images, that was super easy. I've never seen something be that easy before for images. Usually struggle away. But yeah, we're really getting there. It feels much better if we just take a quick look at where we started to where we ended. So this is the kitchen example, and this is the new kitchen example. So I think overall, a much better product. All right, well, next time I'm going to try and jump into, again, tidying this up, making it feel, I might do that even in the background, so that it's going to be very similar to what we did today. But then the next video after that, I think what we'll do is we'll add in invoices and quotes, so that you can store those and mark those as paid or approved. And also what we need to do still is the ability to comment. So we definitely want to be able to comment on all these things so that we can come in here. If this has been added by the builder, you can say, oh, actually, no, I don't want this one. I want something else. And when we edit something, I want to store that as a comment as well. So when Ken comes in here and changes this behind everyone's back to a different brand or something, we want to store that and then say Ken changed, changed this item to, updated this item to a Bosch instead of Miele. All right. Well, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for joining.